Go ahead. I'm
Oh, something went wrong. There it
no,
is.
I think it went right. There it goes. Okay. No, that's not it. There we are. Alrighty.
Hey,
Hey y'all. Hey CJ. Okay.
hey, how's it
So we're
going,
here.
Wilkie? Yup.
Good.
I've got the spoiler warning up here, so we are ready to go.
Awesome. Okay.
Okay.
Welcome to Wilkie's World Wanderings. We're here with CJ Astrea, author of Celestial Twins, Gemini. So glad to have you here.
Tis
Just
great
so
to be here.
so you know, there is definite spoilers that are going to be happening in this, so be prepared. So, um, and it doesn't like me.
Make
There we
sure I didn't
go.
mute you.
I
Okay.
think you're good. I
I
just
didn't
had to
mute you.
turn my
Cool.
and there it goes. Goodness sakes. You move your camera just slightly and it decides to be dumb. Okay.
Yeah. So as you can
It's
see,
okay.
I'm repping my own merch. We got the polo and the
Mm-hmm.
Fight, Survive, Thrive hat. And we'll have a lot
Oh,
more by the time the
absolutely.
convention comes, but for now, this
I
is what
should
I
hope
got.
so.
So,
Okay. So, let's give you a couple minutes to chat about or tell us about your her book. Tell us about
yeah.
Celestial Twins Gemini.
So Gemini is the first book in Celestial Twins. It is a story about, well, really about two twins, Callan and Arya, who go through your basic system apocalypse type story. Except in this world, there's all these other things and kind of situations that you don't normally deal with in lit RPG. And so, you have to, you have to form a faction right away. You have to clear towers to get this subsection cleared and a whole bunch of different options. But the point of Gemini is just building the faction, healing from the trauma of the world ending, and then just a bunch of, you know, traumatized kids trying to help each other through what is arguably the most stressful moments of their lives. And I don't know, I really like the idea because I like trauma healing and showing different perspectives on how you can heal from different things.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wanted to throw in as many of those as I could. And so yeah,
Awesome.
that's Gemini. I'm probably describing it very
Okay.
badly because I'm terrible at describing my own book, but it's fine.
I understand it's not easy.
It's really
Um
not.
so so let's start it off. What inspired Celestial Twins?
Honestly, I have cousins who are male female twins. They're identical twins, and they were kind of the inspo for the characters themselves. But really, I really like that time I got reincarnated as a slime, the anime, and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that, where it's like very city building and faction building stuff like that. There's not really a lot of that in lit RPG right now. It's not super popular, and so I got
Hey,
bored
Dad
one
Nerd.
day and my friend, told me, hey, why don't you just write a book? Like you have all these ideas in your head, your ADHD, and
Hey,
you
Jess.
have all these stories. Why not just write them? So I did, and that
Mm-hmm.
got us to where we are now, where I have the first two books are finished, and the second book's about to come out. The audiobook's coming out in a month, and I have another series coming out this year too. So all that from hey, you're bored,
Oh,
so why not just write? And then and here we are. So it's
I can
wild.
appreciate that. It's unique. Um,
I try.
so so there's a question that I'm going to ask you that we didn't prep for. So
Oh
I'm
no.
going to
Oh
spitball
okay.
this. So you told me that you're a trucker. Um,
Yes.
how does that experience affect your writing?
Honestly, I have a harder time writing when I'm not in the truck. Like I think it's because it gives me something else to think about while I'm because I would work overnights. So, I drive alone from sundown to sunup all day, every day, and there's just nothing to look at, nothing to do. So I listened to a lot of audiobooks and stuff like that. And I started writing, and I was like, you know what? This is giving my brain things to do, and it just helps. And plus, I'm dyslexic, so I use dictation for everything, which just makes it even easier because it just helps keep me awake. And now I can't write when I'm home, which is great. It's awesome. But no, I don't think anybody else should try it the way I do it, just because it is probably not the smartest way to go about it. But I don't know, it helps me. So, but yeah.
So, so for me, like I know that a large portion of my writing came about because of experiences from my past and whatever else, and things that I was obsessed with. I mean, we've already talked about this before, CJ. Like my series
Yeah.
it's all to do with mythical characters that we all grew up with.
Which is so cool. It's such a cool
Hey, Richie.
thing to do.
Yeah, and I mean,
Hello. Thanks for the follow.
oh, that's a very good question. So this is coming from David Hedweeby on the YT website. So the question is, do you use VTT for writing while you are driving?
I just use my notes app and the dictation button. Either that or I'll go on to Word and I'll use that. Or I'll do the swipe text because I can do that without looking. So I'll just have my phone up here on the windshield and just be, doing weird wizardry signs and go like that. And I'll just do it that way.
And yes, Dennis, I was seeing in the chat. It's just
Dennis!
I've got them on separate screens.
I did not see the chat. What's up, Dennis?
Yeah. So it's all right.
Yeah, Dennis, the spoilers. There will be spoilers, my guy.
Absolutely spoilers.
I finally get to talk about the ending with someone. I'm so excited. Nobody wants to talk about it. I traumatize people too much.
Okay, so did you always want to be a writer?
No. If you had asked me at any point in my life before I started writing, if I ever saw myself as a writer or saw myself being a writer, I would have told you to fuck off. Like, no. When I was in high school, I wrote this little 10-page short story for my AP English class, and it was twisted. Like, the prompt was supposed to be something about, a guy driving home from the doctor or something like that. And I had him basically, hey, everybody, how's everybody going? Wow, that's a lot of people joining all at once. Hello. But like I took the prompt and I kind of twisted it really dark. Like, he was high on bath salts while driving home and ended up like seeing monsters everywhere. And it got really, really dark. And so I turned that in, and my teacher told me to my face that I would never be a writer. I would be a disgrace to the writing community, and that I should never try writing anything. And that was a decade ago. So I never thought I'd be a writer. Never thought I'd do anything in the creative field at all. And now here I am, almost a year after deciding to start writing Gemini, and I'm doing podcasts, and I'm going to Lit RPG Con this year, and I have fans. I have actual fans who like my books. What? But like it's just wild, man. It's crazy. Man, Jay, Joshua, Debbie, Miss Nita, hi everybody. Hi. Everybody's jumping in now.
It's wonderful to see so many. Apparently, I can't see any of your fans, but that's okay.
All I gotta do is talk about bath salts, and here everybody comes. That's all it takes.
Yeah, apparently.
But with Gemini, I've been, like you said, I've been through a lot of stuff in my life that I don't like to get into, but a lot of that is part of why I wrote Gemini, is just to heal me. Like, I didn't realize until I finished, but the whole thing is kind of an allegory for how my mom died. And I didn't realize that when I was writing it until I got to the very end and somebody pointed it out to me, and I was like, wow, you're absolutely right. Jesus Christ. Okay, well, that's cool. Let's not do that with book 2. So, but yeah, no, lots of stuff subconsciously affected the way the story went, and I'm really glad it went the way it went. Like, I had the ending as soon as I realized I was going to write it, like actually try writing it, not just a short story. I knew the ending of book 1. I knew the ending of book 2. I know the ending of book 3. I know the ending of book 4, 5, 6, and 7. I know all the endings. It's just getting there. And that's the most fun part with writing like this. Like with my second series, I mean, it's just, I have the entire series planned out because it's just a trilogy. Or it might be 4 books. Probably just a trilogy, though. And I planned the entire series out before I even started. Daniel, what's up, man? How you doing?
I can appreciate that. So, we already brought this up slightly, but I don't think we actually asked the question. So, I know who my favorite character is, and I know why he is my favorite character. But who was your favorite character to write, and why?
So, I can only talk about Gemini, really, because that's the one that's out. So, I'll just mention just that, because it does change a lot. But book 1, definitely Yara, and I don't think there's really a contest. I mean, she's right there, her and Calum, she's being all smexy and whatever, but, you know, Yara is, by and large, my favorite character to write. She's my favorite character, because they all just live in my head rent-free, and they're just doing their shit. And Yara is just, I mean, she's the ultimate yandere, freaking chaos gremlin. You know, I just love her so much. But my secret favorite, who is like my overall, is actually a character in book 2. And so I can't give any spoilers for that. But he's so much fun.
That's okay.
And I think everybody's going to love him. But he's going to be a long-running character, and I think everybody's going to like him. I like him. If you've read Cradle, he is very Ethan coded, and that's on purpose.
Oh, you have me intrigued. Color me
He's
intrigued.
great.
So, just so you know, because you and I have already chatted about this, like Callum. I mean, don't get me wrong. And Arya, oh, I love her spunk. I love her calling him out on any of his crap. Like that's kind of one of those awesome things that when you write a series that is about a set of twins, you kind of have to have the give and the take. Like you have to have that push and shove of one another, because it keeps it building, it keeps it going. And as much as I love Arya, like she's absolutely one of my favorites, I have to say Callum just, I get him. I understand completely. I want to put up my dukes every single time and protect those I care about. Like that is a huge part of who I am.
I'm so glad you said that. Like I said earlier, you're the only one so far that I've talked to that has said that Callan is their favorite. And like, he's just such a goofball, but he's gotta be like the stoic leader, but he's also like super fucked up inside. And like, he's got more trauma than any of them by a lot. And like, he's like, you find out in book 2, which I guess I'll just spoil it here because it's not super important. But he's been in therapy for like the last year and a half because he had like a complete mental breakdown. He finally started getting better, and then the system apocalypse happened. Like the boy is fucked up, but he's such a lovable goofball, and he cares so much about the rest of the party. Like he would legitimately die for any of them. And he is not, like, he's not afraid to take the hits. He's not afraid to jump in front of a laser beam that's gonna, whatever. He's afraid for his friends, and he comes second. And it's just plus when he calls out his move names and he doesn't have to, and then people make fun of him for it, or the fact that he's wearing combat robes, so they make fun of him for wearing a dress. Like, it's just, there's so many easy dubs there for comedy, which I'm terrible with, so I have to plan it.
It's okay. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So,
Yeah.
so that leads into another question that I didn't actually give you, but most of us cover it. So, pantser, plotter, or combination of both?
I don't really know. I mean, I know generally like the big points that I want to hit, and then everything aside from those big points are kind of just like, well, how the fuck do we get from here to here? I don't know. Hey, Michael, how's it going? But I don't really know. I mean, I'd say I'm more of a mix because, like I said, I know all the endings. I know how each book is going to end, and I know how everything is going to go that way. I don't ever know how they're going to get to that point. So I guess a mix.
Okay.
That's a fair way to say it.
So this is another one. Hey, Elena. So glad you're joining.
Priscilla, Sean, how's it going?
So another question that I didn't prep you for, but I'm sure you have a general idea.
Probably. We'll see.
So obviously in Lit RPG, a large portion of the fan base is audiobook readers.
Yes.
So, and obviously, like, because you're a trucker, you tend to do a lot of listening.
95%.
Yeah. So,
Almy Taste, how's it going? Oh, you joined for the post? How's it going? What's up?
So the real question of it is, I know you probably have an idea of who you are going to have as your narrator.
Oh, it's already done recording.
Yeah. So who would be your dream narrator if you didn't already have that?
There's one answer. There's one answer. It's Travis Baldry. All day, every day. Are you what? No. But it'd have to do a mix because Celestial Twins needs dual narration, and it does.
Yes,
it has
absolutely.
it, and I love my narrators, and they are we got Austin Shane, this is his first book ever, and my God, he's going to be an A-lister. I swear to God. Okay, and then we have Elle Jackson, who this is her first lit RPG. She's a huge fan of Andrea Parsnow. She's she's been winning all these awards and all these rookie awards and all this stuff, and she's just fucking insane. And she was actually the first narrator I met on Instagram when I started promoting everything. And she did the early promo stuff for me. If you've seen those on, if you go on the Amazon page and you go down to the videos, that's her voice that's doing the promo video. They're both insanely talented, but if I had unlimited budget and was guaranteed that they would do it, I think I'd have to go with Travis Baldry and Andrea Parsnow.
Yes.
Like there's not really a better duo that could do it, I mean, I'm sure there's probably others that could hit it right. Like with my new series that I'm planning out and writing, I really want Heath Miller. Just because I feel like he would hit my new series so well. Because I don't think he's ever done anything like super dark either. And this book is going to be really dark. But
you have me.
I really want to see it.
You have me seriously intrigued. Okay.
Well, I'll let you be an arc reader for it. Don't worry.
Yes. So as I've thought about this, I was about to ask you, what do the symbols on your shirt mean? But now that I think about it, Celestial Twins. So
Fight, survive, thrive.
It's absolutely amazing. And you're like, hey, Jason, so glad.
Yeah. So this is the Twin Star logo. You've read the book, you know that this is the symbol that shows up in the sky. I had this designed when I started writing the book, and I was like, how am I going to make this? Like, I need a symbol that's easy enough that you could draw it on your on wherever, like you could copy it down easy enough. But I need it to also be symbolic enough that it fits the theme. And so I was bored and I drew this, and then I gave it to my artists and they made it 10 times better. And now we have the beautiful Twin Star logo.
it's gorgeous. I mean, that is something that as soon as this is done, or as soon as I get paid this upcoming Friday, I will be buying merch. Like that is a
Let's
huge
go.
part of who I am. And is I love being able to rep the authors that I read and I listen to. And I mean, if you've seen any of my videos, like
Oh yeah.
I I rep as often as I can.
Now, I will say, this hat and this shirt and stuff like that, these are from the Streamlabs website, actually. So it's streamlabs.com/CJ Astrea. It's all print on demand. And then we also have stuff that Jess, who you met earlier, she's helping me make like actual handmade
very
stuff. So we have
nice.
t-shirts, we have
Very
keychains,
cool.
we have lanyards, we have so much stuff that we're going to have mostly for the convention. But that website, the streamlabs.com/CJ Astrea, if you go there and click on the merch tab, there's so much on there. Like, I went fucking wild with it, bro. Like, I did too much. But it all looks
There's
so
nothing
good.
wrong with that. It's good to
There's
have
tumblers
unique.
and I did Christmas ornaments actually too. So it's got the chibis of each character on a Christmas ornament.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so you and I have already chatted about this previously, and and it's a question that honestly I think most authors will get, and they don't always get a chance to share it. So since this is such a unique lit RPG, it's not what you would normally expect.
Intentionally.
How the response? Obviously, you told me that the first response that you had from a reviewer wasn't all that wonderful. So
Yeah.
how do
Not gonna name names.
How do you handle that?
So with him, I mean, it's not like I'm posting on Royal Road, right? Like the book is already written. It's already out there. Most I can do is do a re-release with, edits to,
Hey, Jess.
because I mean, it does need edits. Hey Jess, how's it going? Thanks for the follow. The most I can do is really get an editor, fix the formatting errors, fix the typos, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's really all I can do, and I'm fine with doing that. But this, I don't know how to say this. So I can't name names because I'm not going to be that guy.
No.
But he
No,
basically
don't do
was, out here talking about how he's read thousands of lit RPGs and all this and that, and he reads everything through all the way. And then he told me, yeah, I got like 8 chapters in and I dropped it. And I was like, well, shit, is it that bad? Like, at this point, I hadn't had any reviews. The book had been up for like, I think a month and a half. I had reviews from my friends. I had my ARC reader, and that was it. So this was my first like unbiased opinion, and he basically just told me it was shit. And I was like, well, you know what? I mean, that's your opinion. That's great. I'm glad you
True.
you give me your truth on it. But I know it's good, and the people who've read it know it's good. It's just not your kind of story, and that's fine. And you just got to get into that
Nothing wrong
mindset
with
of
that.
like, not everybody's gonna like everything you write. Like, that's just not how life works. So
It's true. And that's for almost any author out there. I mean,
oh yeah,
I've said this before, and I will say this again. Lit RPG, even though we are a massive family here, like we care about each other and we care about the authors that bring us joy,
oh yeah,
but it's also there's a lot of people here that have opinions,
oh yeah.
lots of opinions, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely.
So as an author, you have to have thick skin. You have to be able to deal with the negative while you also get the positive. And at the same time, I mean, you already know this. Like, once again, this is something that you've chatted about. I loved your book. Like,
Thank you.
This made me so flippin' happy. The only thing that probably would have made me even happier was if I had been able to listen to the true audiobook. But,
Yeah, you listened to
that,
the assisted reader, right?
Yeah. And
Did you stop at chapter
there's only-
62 like I told you to?
I did. I did. And honestly, it was well
getting
worth
it.
it to do it
Right?
that way.
I told you, man. I'm so excited for my narrators to. I'm so excited to hear my narrators get to that point because especially that part with Arya. And again, spoiler warning, spoilers
Yes.
everywhere.
Spoilers
That
everywhere.
part after the mom dies, and we get that moment where Arya's just like where she says "Mama." I can't
Yeah.
fucking wait to hear that. I want to break people so bad.
See, that's another thing. Like, if you are an author and you don't want your fans to feel, there's something wrong with you.
Oh
Like,
no, I wanted to break people. Like I
yes.
remember telling my friend, they're like, "Why are you going so hard with this?" And I was like, "I want people to cry. Like I want legitimate tears. Like if somebody doesn't have an existential crisis after reading this, then I messed up. Like that's just how it is."
Yeah. I I don't generally cry during my books, but there are maybe two that I've cried in. And you did not make me cry.
Damn it.
However, you did make me feel. You make me
Well,
felt hard. So
hey.
that's an important
Well, did I
part
get
to
you
me. Like,
close? Did you get a little sniffly, at least?
maybe on the edge, but
You know what? Valid.
but no matter what, I mean, there is going to be those points. Um so obviously, like like I said, we've talked about an author should make a person feel. That's what makes them come back and want to read more and want uh, to gravitate towards it. Um,
For sure.
so, who were some of your influences when it came to your writing?
When it came to the way I write,
Hmm. Or, or or your perspective or anything else? Like,
well, it's funny that you mentioned that because the way that I write and the way that I see my characters, I don't really take it from authors that I like. If anything, I do the opposite. I mean, I try to do the
yeah,
opposite of what the authors I like do. And I think that's just because, I mean, no perspective is the same. And that's why books like this are, I had some people originally tell me, you should have done, first person POV, one chapter's Cal and one chapter's Arya. I'm like, that would be cool if it was just about them.
yeah,
But I mean, I have an ensemble cast, and you can't. You can, but you can't. It's weird. But I'd say my biggest inspiration for writing in general would be someone like Will White. Who, I mean, he's got Hidden Gnome Publishing. He's got his whole backing behind him. He's got everything that he built from the ground up just for his books. I want to do something like that. And but as far as like how I write, no, I really maybe Casual Farmer, Beware of Chicken. I love that ensemble comedy, but very serious situations and that kind of stuff. And I wish I could write something like he can, but no, I really think that'd be about it. It's just those two. Obviously, Primal Hunter is a huge inspiration for every lit RPG, and so
of
is
course.
Turtle Me's Beginning After the End, absolute
Oh
banger.
gosh, so good.
The anime might have been trash, but the books are great.
Yeah, so good.
They're amazing. The last book, Deliverance, is coming out in a couple weeks, I think.
Yes,
I'm so hyped.
I'm begging for it. Like, there's a lot of books that I'm begging for, but that's other discussions.
Right, that's for next week's podcast.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I mean, we're going to be bringing on, and Crit happens next week, so lots.
Are you actually?
Yeah.
Let's go, my boy, man.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you
I'm
brought him up. I got to
excited
give a
for
huge
that.
shout out. Crit Happens is not only the sponsor of my audiobook, he is also an amazing friend of mine. He's just such an insane individual. But yeah, he is 100% the only reason my audiobook is getting two narrators. And the only reason it's coming out as well as it is entirely because of him. Yeah, crazy dude just sent me a DM on Facebook one day and was like, "Hey, you want me to sponsor your audiobook?"
Great comedy.
And I was like, let me get back to you on that possible scammer. And I threw out these crazy numbers, and I was like, this is about what it'll cost. And I don't know if he knows this is what it's going to cost, but he did it. So here we are. I went and watched the Super Bowl at his house. Like, we're both in Arkansas, so it's easy for us. And no, he's just such a great dude, and I can't wait to have him on your podcast. That's gonna be awesome.
Oh, I know. And mind you, most of us know Crit happens. Like, if you haven't met Crit, he's absolutely incredible. He's amazing, genius in every single way.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But did y'all know that he's actually a writer, and that he's going to be releasing a lit RPG very soon? That's why I'm bringing him on here. And that one, it won't be spoilers because I won't have read it. So It will be one of those things of chatting, discussing how he came about.
Crit is the best.
Thanks, I appreciate that so much.
Yeah, Dennis, I don't know if you heard, but yeah, Crit Happens is the reason I'm getting an audiobook. He completely sponsored it. Mm-hmm. Like, he's just such a good dude.
Mm-hmm. It's a true statement. So, obviously, we start at a unique place as writers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've already talked with you about this. I wrote a book a long time ago, and it ended up sitting in a drawer for close to 10 years. When I received feedback from a publisher saying this was absolute crap and don't ever send it to me again.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, and it taught me how to have thicker skin. And that's a tough thing for any of us. But at the same time, I needed what was said. It helped me to grow and to become a better writer.
Thanks, Cricket.
And to realize not to over edit on your book. That is advice that I would give to any aspiring author, new author, anything like that. Go through, write your book. Don't worry about editing it. Just write as much as you possibly can. And then once you've finished writing, go back, take a look at it, do your spell check, do your error check, whatever else, and then send it to someone. Anyone that you feel could be your alpha reader or anything like that. Send it to them and ask for 2 specific things. Ask if some things don't make sense, and ask what they feel could be strengthened. If you do that, I promise you, you'll get better. Because your first draft is guaranteed to be absolute crap. There's no doubt.
Hey, you say that, but you just read Gemini's first draft and you loved it, so...
I did love it. But there is definitely a possibility that you had a little bit of editing that you had to do.
Oh yeah, 100%. Okay. And it's gonna get an edit pass and do all that. But that's where I'm like, I completely agree. Write through your book. Write it out. Don't bother with editing first. Just write it out. Like, what I do is I have a teammate on the truck, right? And so I'll spend all night writing, and then as soon as I wake him up, I'll hand him my iPad and I'll be like, here, read, have fun, tell me what you think. And we'll sit for like 10, 20, 30 minutes, however long the chapter is, and he'll go through and he'll change some words here and there. He'll be like, yeah, this wording was stupid. I'm like, well, can you tell me why? And he's like, no, I can't really explain it. But so he's not the most useful, but it is very much that kind of validation, like, hey, people are liking what you're writing, keep writing. It's I don't know if I'd even call him an alpha reader, but I mean, I guess he is. But just have someone who's there who's not going to bullshit you.
Absolutely, that's a big part of it, and that leads into the question and that I had for you.
Oh no.
Who have you felt has pushed you to strengthen your writing? And you don't have to name names, but if there's somebody that you feel has helped you to become a better writer or for your upcoming series, who do you think that has been for you?
Honestly, I think it's just more me learning. Like, because, like I
Mm-hmm.
said, I'd never written anything. So, like, I'm learning. I didn't know what prose was until I finished Gemini. Like, you read the unedited version. Like, all that was just
Mm-hmm.
me instinctually, like, this is how words work. And
Mm-hmm.
so I didn't know what prose actually meant until I finished Gemini. Now I know that. Now I'm learning all those, these different chains and how everything works with, distribution and marketing and writing in general and how you get good dialogue here. Obviously I knew, like, people always talk about M dashes being a sign of AI. That's just how I write, like, because it's
Mm-hmm.
proper grammar. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's just all these little things that you learn. And I'd say, if anything, again, Will White. I mean, I've been reading. I have his books right there, all of his limited editions, and anytime I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to write this. Like, I don't know how this would look on a page. I just go in there and I look for something similar because I have the books memorized at this point because I've listened to them
Mm-hmm.
1,000 times. And so I'll just go in there, find the passage. I'm like, how is this part written? And that's how I knew, like, M dashes, use those for how you use those, and when to use semicolons and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
honestly, I'm my number one enemy when it comes to all of it. But if I had to say, like, who pushes me, like, I'm interpreting that as, like, who do I see myself as trying to catch up to? And I would say that's definitely people like Will White. Like, if I could, man, I don't think I'll ever be as good as him or as influential as him. But if I could get him to just, like, come on and just, read my book and just
Mm-hmm.
tell me what he thinks of it, just even if he says it's absolute shit, it's the worst thing he's ever read, I don't care. I want that. I want him to just acknowledge my existence, which would be ridiculous. That's what I want. But I would say trying to catch up with people like him, people like Zogarth, Matt Dinneman, and all these people,
Mm-hmm.
trying to catch up to these giants is the only thing that's pushing me to keep going and do better. Otherwise, I just stay at the same level. I could probably increase, how I'm writing and how it comes together and all that. That would still go up, but I see
Mm-hmm.
myself, like, my story. I think, and maybe it's just personal bias. Oh, thanks for the roses, Jess. Oh, hey, Jess. Hey, what's up? Um, maybe it's just personal bias, but I think my book is as good as some of Will White's early books. And I see myself and I see, like, Traveler's Gate
Yeah.
trilogy, and I'm like, these are, like, the same level of storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
And I think of that and I'm just like, could I write the next Cradle? Probably not. But could I? Maybe.
But
That
could I? Maybe.
was a very long-winded way to say Will White.
No, trust me, I'm in the same boat as you. Like,
I mean,
no
he's
matter what,
insane.
there will be an absolute shout out. And I don't think I do it enough. Brian J. Norton, like,
Oh yeah.
that man, that man can write, and
Jazz, thank you for the
as
roses. I'm not dancing for you.
as I do my writing of my book and everything else, PJ Lombardi has said this
Queen, how's it
multiple
going?
times. He he respects Brian and so
Mm.
much, and they talk all the time. I don't think Brian knows this. Like, I aspire to be as good as him when it comes to my writing.
Really?
Like, and I think we all have that one person that they may not know it, they may not adhere it, and they may not have the opportunity to know that they're the person that we want to be aspiring in our life to. But you've got to have somebody that helps you to want to be better as a writer,
You know who I will
and
mention here?
strengthen you.
just because you brought that up, and I do, there is somebody
Yeah.
that I forgot to mention who is
Yeah.
absolutely an inspiration. So when I first started writing Gemini, I couldn't listen to audiobooks anymore. I don't know what it was. I was seeing all the parts that I would change, and it was just
Mm-hmm.
killing me. And then I went and got Vigilance by C. Pine Hopf.
Mm-hmm.
I blasted through the first two books in like 2 days. And like I did not stop listening. And I reached out on Facebook, and I even tried to get Charlie to do my audiobook. And
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately I'd already finished the casting by the time she responded. And same with actually Pavi Prochko actually reached back out to me after I finished
Oh, I
casting.
love
We
Bobby.
could have gotten a Pavi and Charlie combo team there, but I think it'll
That would
work
be
out the
cool.
same, even better.
Yes, I'm
But
sure.
definitely a lot more affordable for me. but,
Yes.
but no, it's just like a huge shout out to C. Pine Hopf. They're just
Mm-hmm.
absolutely amazing writing. Like in the world building, like I think my world building's okay, but like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've read, all of their books yet, or if you're caught up on the
No.
Vigilance series.
No, not yet, but
Trust me, go.
okay.
They're on Audible. Charlie is amazing. Her voice is just perfect for the role. Just go listen through. Like
Okay.
it'll blow your mind.
I will definitely be checking that out. I A lot of people don't realize this. They say I'm the king of book recommendations when it comes to lit RPG. I still have books that I don't know about that people still
Yeah.
can tell me, and I need to read them because if I don't become better. And in the same sense, like you and I have already chatted about this before.
Hey, Michael.
I
Bye,
I
Michael.
started doing podcasting not because I wanted to become famous, not because I wanted
Right.
to be seen in by all these people and be part of it. I started podcasting because at Lit RPG Con last year, don't get me wrong, like we have
She put a hat
such
and
a
mustache on.
good following, such a good amount of fans and love and respect and everything else. But there were some authors that they were sitting off to the side and not having the chance to really be seen. And I had the chance to talk with them and visit with them. Mind you, there's one, and he knows this. He will always know this. If I can grab his. Oh, gosh.
It's in there somewhere.
There it is. and and no matter what, he gets a shout out. Like, besides Alaran Kong, this is the author that truly got me into lit RPG and that I fell in love with. His thank you for the mustache and the hat makes me happy.
Oh, I've been getting them.
Yes, it's just that was amazing.
Was it Jess?
Yeah, it's Extra Credit
Oh yeah.
by J. Arthur Klein. I have a soft spot for a kobold. Kobolds just there's something very special about them in lit RPG that just
It just hits.
yeah, it just hits. But
There's not really another
I
way to say it. Like,
yeah, but I mean I took my book with me to lit RPG Con to have him sign it because I knew he was going to be there and whatever else, and I was so excited. And I remember going up to him and talking to him. I'm like, would you sign my book? Because I was being such a nervous Nelly. And he's like, you actually have my book.
I swear to God,
I'm like,
I'm gonna be the same way.
yeah. Um, and that was the thing of it all. I'm like, of course I have your book. I've had your book since like 3 or 4 years ago when I started reading lit RPG. Like I listened to it first, but then I had to get my
Yep.
shelf trophy. Like, and I found out that I was the first person that had ever asked for his autograph. And so I have the unique thing that I have his first ever autograph. Um, so
That's huge.
J. Arthur, that is a massive thing for me. It makes me happy in so many ways.
Well, I think that's
But
that's
in
that's part of being an indie author or being a new author in general, is
oh
that you
yes,
you don't get the sales reports and stuff like that really.
thank
So
you.
seeing getting that kind of external validation from somebody you've never met, complete total stranger, I
Yeah,
can't imagine it. I really can't. Like, it's like even hearing from you that you liked Gemini. I'm just like, really? Why? Like, like people enjoyed my book, my little thing that I did, and it's just that external validation of like, oh, something I did actually resonated with someone, and that
yes.
I'm so happy that happened with him. But I
Hmm.
can't imagine I'll be any different. I'd probably actually cry.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
in that very same sense, like I was happy to be there. The same sort of thing happened, and I think a month ago. I was doing one of my recommendation videos, and it was to an author named Justin Marks. I met him last year. I had his book. I love his book. Um, and I've gone through a few of his books, but I recommended it on TikTok, and he sent me a message saying, "You were the first person that actually gave a recommendation to my book on TikTok." And in the process, I ended up getting basically all of his books because he was so happy, and he sent me um, all the original books because he is doing a, pardon me, sorry,
bless you.
thank you, bless me. He's doing a recovering for his books, so new covers, all that, and he's like, I have these extras. Would you like them? And I'm like, absolutely. I will never say no to books. So now I have them all on my shelf, and they're my
That's
shelf
awesome.
trophy, and I'm very much looking forward to it. But on that point, um, I I had a reason for going this. Oh, I do this because I want to make sure that those new authors, those people that are sharing and growing and becoming exactly as these pinnacles of lit RPG have been, these authors that we aspire to be like, um, they want the same thing. But in order to get there, they have to have people like me that, and I'm not saying I'm great at this, but I focus on the smaller authors. I mean, don't get me wrong, I will definitely be trying to pull on bigger authors and
Next week,
everything
Matt
else for
Dinneman.
this. Yes, absolutely. I want him without hesitation. Um,
Honestly,
hey,
I'd start a podcast too if I meant that I could do stuff like that. I really want to as well,
yes.
but my schedule is so weird with being on the truck. There was a time where I was gonna do this and do it on weekends while
Uh-huh.
we were back home every weekend, and it was just easy to do. And I was
Well, absolutely.
completely planning on doing it, and I still might. I still might do my own podcast. We'll see, but
Yeah.
it'd
I mean,
be
at
I
the
don't know.
same time, the same reason I do this is because I was inspired by, and no matter what, Richie will know this. He already does know this. He inspires me in so many flipping ways. That man, I know that he does this just because he loves this genre and he's really loving every part of it. But I started this podcast because I saw how good he was at helping authors find their way and be loved and be seen. And that was my whole focus, was I wanted to make sure that the smaller authors that are new to lit RPG are seen and are known, because not not all people get that opportunity. Sometimes they
100%.
write these incredible books that nobody ever knew about because there's so many lit RPG that are coming out these days. It's absolutely incredible. Um, so
Some might say too many.
continuing, yeah. So continuing on with that, um, this book, Celestial Twins, comes from a very unique perspective. So why write such a unique perspective of lit RPG? Because you said not everybody's going to get what you who have written.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I said earlier, I never intended to actually write a full book. Never intended to write a series. Never intended for any of it. But what I did want, I feel like there's a lot. Like we've talked about how there's so much lit RPG out there right now, and 9 out of 10 is the exact same story. It's loner guy gets transported to another world or gets sucked into some kind of situation or video game, whatever it is, and he's stupidly OP for no reason. And he's always an edgelord, and he's always a sociopath and a murder hobo. And honestly, this is gonna piss off a lot of people. I don't fucking like those books at all. They're so cut and dry to me. It's such an easy, lazy way to do it, and there are some that are amazing. Don't get me wrong. Sean Oswald, he's the king of this,
Yes.
and he
Oh,
does
amazing.
it well. Oh my
Absolutely.
god! But 9 out of 10 of the new lit RPGs that come out every month, and there's hundreds of them that get published
Yeah,
every month. They're all
so
exactly
many.
the same, and it's just a template. It's cut and dry. You just change the name of the character, and I knew if I was gonna do this, I wanted it to be for the people that's not for. I wanted it to be for the people who needed this story. And there is a lot of, like, because you got to think, like, the characters are people. They are real people. At least to me, they are. So when I, throw them at a Vortex Sentinel or a giant wyvern attacks the camp, I think, how would people actually react to this? And then I do that, and how would people get over it? Because that's a seriously traumatic thing to happen. Or when all the hollows show up from the weave and they've been in stasis this whole time, how are these people going to be reacting to just showing up in this new world and having to fight for their lives? Like, that's not something people do. That's not
true.
how. But most people in most books, and I can't say it's a bad thing because it works clearly, but in most books, I mean, they just kind of get over it. And people wouldn't just get over it. And I get it's an escapism thing, and people don't want to think about the realness of it. But I mean, if there's one thing I've learned after writing now 3 books, I mean, my style is it's very much. I mean, you deal with emotions. Like, humans have emotions. You got to deal with it. And I mean,
It's true.
to me, Gemini and Resonance, and then my new series, Blacksmith's Son, they're all the embodiment of what I want to read. They are real stories about real people in unreal situations and how they would react to those situations. Like, we have a spoiler warning, so I can say whatever I want. But,
Yeah.
In book 1, obviously, when the parents die, and it's very graphic and it's horrifying, and the way I do it is intended to be that shock value because death is death. I mean,
Yes.
I think people tend to idolize death almost. It's very like, oh, character's dead. Well, they can come back. It's whatever.
Yeah.
Or, oh, they didn't really matter enough for me to care that they're dead or whatever. No, I want you, like, when somebody dies, it hurts. You can have heard of a person in your daily life, a coworker or somebody you worked with 20 years ago. If they die, you're gonna feel something about it usually. And
Yes.
I want to remind people of that with my book, that hey, these characters that you love, none of them are safe. There are no magic plot armors that are going to keep somebody safe. If they end up in a situation where they're gonna die, like so many of them did in Gemini, they're dead.
Yeah.
And then the people around them, people who love them and care about them, are going to have to deal with that. And you got to see how they deal with it. And you maybe when I started writing or reading Cradle, my mom had just died, and
Mm-hmm.
like months before, and I was so dark, in such a dark place when that happened. And Cradle helped me to get back into the world and, start caring and, advancing again. I
Mm-hmm.
felt, I resonated so much with that. And when I started writing Cradle, or not Cradle, when I started writing Celestial Twins, I wanted to be like that. I wanted,
Mm-hmm.
if somebody had just lost somebody, or if somebody had, been through a hard time or just lost their job or whatever it was, if they could read my book and be like, you know what, maybe I will be okay, then I'm fine with
Oh,
it.
absolutely.
And if I get 1,000 hate comments or 1,000 1-star reviews, which luckily I don't have any yet, but but as long as I get one person that says that I helped them, it's fucking worth it.
Mm-hmm. It's true. Okay.
So that's why I wrote from my perspective,
I
to get back on
appreciate that.
topic.
Yeah, no, you're good. Like we got the quick notification from TikTok. We got 5 minutes left.
Oh, did we?
So in the time that we have this is something that I ask all authors. Where can we find you? Um, what events do you have coming up? And um, and what do you have next in the pike?
So you can find me here on TikTok. I'm right, wherever the hell I am on
Mm-hmm.
Wilkie's screen. I post here mostly. It's 90% of where I post. Sometimes I go on Instagram too. I just had some new art that revealed for Hana, which actually I wanted to ask about that if you noticed that from that scene. But one of my favorite Hana scenes, hands down. She's such a badass in that scene. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
on Instagram, C.J.Astrea or two dots maybe. I don't know. Just look, you'll find it. It's easy enough. You'll see this logo. TikTok, obviously. I have a link tree in my TikTok. I have websites and all that stuff. We have merch, which is cool as shit.
Mm-hmm.
As far as events, obviously, Lit RPG Con. This is my
Mm-hmm.
first convention ever. I'm trying to get a vendor table, and I will let you know if that happens. If not, I actually talked to someone else about potentially doing a group indie table that I'll be making
Mm-hmm.
all the merch for. Well, me and Jess will be making all the merch for it. So if that works out, that'll be really cool.
I might be jumping in with y'all
Let's
because
go.
I've got too many things that I'm working on as well. Like it's trouble.
And then as far
um
as what I'm working on now, obviously the audiobook is going to be dropping for Gemini on April 15th. That is the current timeline.
mhm.
That could change depending on the editor. So that'll be around April 15th. And then Celestial Twins Book 2 Resonance, which the cover art will be coming out soon. It's going to be sick. I like doing my weird non-traditional covers. Like this one's going to be Callan and Arya in like a suit and
Mhm.
tux playing instruments.
Oh,
It's gonna be sick.
nice.
I'm so excited for that. That's coming out sometime middle of May, and
Mhm.
then first time I'm ever saying this anywhere, so keep your ears peeled. The Blacksmith's Son Book 1, The Gentle Blade, will be coming this summer.
Ooh,
It is a
okay.
grimdark fantasy, very dark
Ooh,
fantasy,
cool. Okay.
and I have gotten nothing but absolute like hooked on crack from everybody who's even touched it so far. So I think I'm doing the right thing with this. And Wilkie, I mean, hell, if you want, I'll send you the first 2 pages just to see if you like it.
I will absolutely check that out. If you're willing, I always want to check out something new.
I got you.
Okay. This has been absolutely amazing. This has been wonderful.
It's been
Thank
great.
you for this chat. Um, I don't know how much time we have left. If I'm assuming that we're like 1 minute head out,
10
but
seconds, probably.
yeah. So this has been Wilkie's World Wanderings with CJ Astrea, the author of Celestial Twins, Gemini. Thank you for tuning in with us. This this will continue next week with the author, her Crit Happens, and we're gonna chat it up and we're gonna have a good time. So Wilkie out. Have a
Bye,
great
guys.
day. So, just so you know, we're still live on
Oh
YouTube
yeah.
for another or second. So, just so y'all know, this has been amazing. No matter what, CJ, you're amazing. I loved your book. You you will always have a place in my heart. And
Oh, I
because
feel like I have to
I
ask for a YouTube exclusive too. I got like two questions that I need to know from you
I'm
about your
ready.
experience with Gemini. So we've already talked about your favorite character. Who's your least favorite?
Hmm. Oh gosh.
Outside of Lucian. You can't choose Lucian, that's obvious. Because fuck Lucian.
Oh gosh. I can't say not because as not because I don't enjoy hey sharing, but I'm terrible with names. Like no matter what, this is I know
Let's
books,
see, we
I
got
love
we got
books.
Malric, we got Raven, those are the other two antagonists. Who else we got? We got the parents, obviously, who I left unnamed for a
Hmm.
reason. We got the other members of Gemini. So we got Calum,
Hmm.
Yara, Hana. Who else we got? Rylan and his whole crew, who are kind of unnecessary in the first book.
Yeah, I hate to say it. I shouldn't dislike Rylan, but I do.
He's so annoying.
Yes,
No,
I have to say, like
not yet.
he's not my absolute hate, but I just don't like him.
You know, there was a point in time when I was like, yeah, I can make him Arya's love interest, and then I thought about it more, and I was just like viscerally like, no, no, no.
I can
I'm just
appreciate
gonna
that.
kill this guy now.
Yep,
Like, how dare you think you're good enough for Arya, you bastard.
it it's true. So at that, we're gonna finish up with YouTube. Y'all that have been joining, thank you for tuning into Wilkie's World Wanderings. I'm so grateful for CJ and taking this time with me to sit down and to be able to chat and to talk about his book. Like this this was one of those books that I enjoyed from the start to the finish, even if there were times that I had to set it aside and be like, ooh, hmm. But I did finish
So
it
how'd you
and
rate
I
it?
loved it. I have not gone on and put a rating yet. So just so you know, that's one of my next things. But if I were to rate it, I would probably say 4.8. I can't
Out of five?
I cannot give you a complete 5, not because it wasn't good, but because of the medium that I was listening to from it, and that's nothing to do with you.
Oh yeah,
Um
yeah. No, I get it. Yeah.
because of that, once I have the opportunity to listen to it on the real audiobook and
One more
hear
month.
that, yeah, give it time. Anyways, but I can't give it an absolute 5 star, but 4.8. Absolutely without a doubt.
Hey, I
So
will more than take that, my man. I was so worried too, because like I was watching the KU reads, and I was like, oh no, he stopped at like 120 pages. Oh shit, he hated it. This is gonna go so
no,
bad.
no, I loved it. Like it's one of those things that I jump from thing to thing to thing, and I I love. Have a good book. Like makes me happy.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I'm glad you like. If you like
but
Gemini, you're gonna love. You're either gonna love or hate Resonance, because it's more of
yep.
the same, but it changes the perspective so quick.
Oh,
Like we're
absolutely.
done with the tutorial's over. Now it's just all about like, hey, shit's starting now. So
Yep.
it jumps
Absolutely.
very quickly. But I think you're if you
Hmm.
want to, if you go onto my TikTok or Instagram, wherever, there's an ARC sign up sheet that is still
Okay.
open, and this is for everybody who's still in the chat here. And who's listening afterwards, if you go find me on TikTok and go click on that link, you can be an ARC reader. There's no cap, no limit on ARC readers. So if you want it and you want to check it out first, go check it out, and I'll email it to you.
All right, I will think on that. I'm not great at arcs. Like, that's the one bad thing about me. Hey, I love reading, but I don't always get the chance to sit down and physically read.
Oh
So
yeah, I get it.
if it's one of those things that I can get, and mind you, I am not one that agrees to AI, but I think that the Zon has a tendency to allow the assistive reader, and it gives me that opportunity to read a book and be able to appreciate it while I still do my job. Because
Yeah.
I, I'm like you. I work in an environment that I drive every day for my job. Well, not every day, but Monday through Friday, I am driving, and to sit down and read a physical book takes so much more work for me.
Oh yeah.
And it's not that I don't want to, it's just that it takes time. But like I said, this has been Wilkie's World Wanderings. Thank you for joining us. Signing off.
Bye guys.